welcome to lesson 5. This lesson is all about strikes. What's a strike? A strike is just a grace note played lower than the pitch you're on. So to play these, fairly simple. In this exercise we're going to start from high A and work our way down to low A. We can't play a strike on a low G because we don't have a note to strike to. Okay, so we're going to start with our high A position, and this is the only movement here that has a different style of movement, right? We're going to move our thumb in this nice rotation. Now you can go up the way if you want, you can go down the way, but you're only needing to strike this just the once to strike it. So the way I think of it is I'm drawing a reverse capital D. I arc into the chanter, slide down, and then pull my finger back. So I get this nice rotation. You could also think about drawing a circle with the tip of your thumb, and that circle just meeting the chanter on the edge there. Okay, so just once, eerie is as sound as you get. Onto the high G. Now this is where the strike I think really comes from. G, drop your index finger for F, and then pop it back up. Try not to linger as well. A lot of students will play. What's that thinking time about? Bang the finger off the chanter, go on with your life. Onto an F, same idea. F, down to E, back up again. Now here's some good news. To play the E strike, we don't need to move our right hand, but we do have to have a good solid low A position here. So we don't want to hear, oh, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear any funny business like that, okay? So if the fingers aren't sitting on the holes correctly in the right hand, you're going to find out about it really quickly. So a true E strike would be, okay? On the right hand strikes, and these days the fashion is to play all your right hand strikes to a low G, okay? There are a couple of other things you can do, but for the purposes of this video, we're just talking about closed strikes down to low G. So I'll get D, close everything to low G, back to D, onto the C, close everything again, back to C, pinky finger up, middle finger down. Now this is probably the hardest one, okay? So I'd like you to think here, when you're moving your pinky finger and your ring finger, what you think of a door on a hinge, okay? One solid piece moving back and forth. B, low G, back to B. Now we don't want to hear, okay, none of that. If you want to practice it that way, low G to B and back again, some folk find it easier to build their B strikes that way, but it's definitely the hardest one. Ring finger down, low A finger down to low G, pop it back up again, that's your low A strike. So the right hand would be, simple as that. Okay, so the whole exercise, starting from the high A. There you go, right, that's your strikes. Again, as always, pause, rewind, review. Okay, make sure that you've got a plan for how you're going to practice through these. I said before about doing 2 minutes a day on each embellishment, okay, each decoration. Well, look, you went from 6 minutes to 8 minutes now. 2 minutes in the high Gs, 2 minutes in the Ds, 2 minutes in the Es, 2 minutes in the strikes. If you do that for a whole week, you will find that by the end of that week, you'll be more than prepared to move on to a basic melody with some decoration. Okay, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.